Hello, my friend. In a recent episode, I spoke about how healing takes a lot of awareness. Some people wrote to me asking me to expand on this topic, and I think it's a good idea because many of us need healing in different areas of our lives, and it's difficult to understand why we have to go through pain and how to alleviate it. I invite you to take a moment to reflect deeply on your life, on your psyche, and how you relate to others. Are you able to face your emotional pain and confront the darker parts of yourselves head on? This can genuinely shape the events and circumstances you draw into your life. This might be crucial for many of us. It's like setting yourself on a path that might save you a lot of sickness, job loss, or accidents. When you look at yourself with total honesty, you are essentially taking control, even if you are not fully aware of the dangers you are steering clear of. Life is more flexible than we may think. It keeps adjusting based on our inner growth. And of course, waking up to change isn't easy for most people. I have seen it in my transformational coaching practice in the last 15 years. It usually takes a crisis to spark a transformation within. Fear is a significant barrier, making people resistant to change and clinging to the old, sometimes very painful ways of dodging more pain. But let's be clear, evil isn't a standalone thing. It's born from unrecognized pain, in my opinion. It's not the pain that leads to harming, but ignoring and repressing the pain, which then turns into a desire to cause pain to others. And pushing down those initial difficult emotions and believing that you are unworthy leads to tension and sadness and hostility. Ignoring pain makes us think that parts of us are wrong or unwelcome. Fear, grief, or anger can then warp into a harmful belief like I am a coward, or I can get over grief, or I shouldn't feel any jealousy. And strong emotions like fear or anger are tough to handle. Often we try to escape them. If there is anger, the impulse to blame someone else can be very intense. But deep down, it's all about avoiding fear. You need to understand that the feeling of helplessness comes with fear. It's a profound and almost existential realization. We can't always protect ourselves. Pain is part of life here on earth. People suffer a lot because they refuse to accept this truth, always seeking an escape. But we must accept it and not be haunted by the possibility of being touched by pain or created anguish, because we should not fear it. It's something that is normal as a human being on earth. So getting close to your pain changes it. It becomes not just your pain, but the pain of all sentient beings. We all share the same predicament on this planet. Nobody can get away from it. It touches each one of us in one way or another. Thus, it shifts our questions from why me to how can I start healing so I can contribute to the healing of the world? And this shift only happens when you stop denying pain and you allow yourself to feel it deeply, knowing that it cannot drag you or crush you, because the universe is held together by love. That energy gives us the breath of existence and is the real force of evolution. I believe that as more people choose kindness and respond to abuse with compassion, being firm and saying no, but without rage or vindictiveness, we can get closer to a more peaceful world. If you have suffered, we have all suffered, be there for yourself with care and affection. And then let the suffering expand your compassion until you know how to bring that healing into the world. I invite you not to wallow in self-pity. Instead, try to open up to the pain, feel it, forgive yourself or others for what may have caused it, and then release it, let it go, knowing that it's no longer part of yourself. Whatever might happen, it was in the past. It's no longer happening now. So don't prolong it by making it real in your present, in your mind right now. I think that integrating these steps can lead to deep self-forgiveness and self-compassion. If you're still feeling resentful or angry, be aware of that and think about what you will tell a friend in the same situation. You will remind them of their goodness and their ability to let go of grudges so that they do not damage one's long-term well-being. Healing comes from loving all parts of ourselves, not from rejecting them. And then we work on transforming all destructive and negative emotions into positive and wholesome ones. Of course, this doesn't happen overnight. It requires continuous practice and the intention to look inside and face all the less shiny aspects of ourselves. But as time goes by and you continue to love yourself and others unconditionally, you will see how the blocks holding you back start dissolving. And this liberation propels you into growth and ultimately healing and wisdom. I think it's through our most challenging experiences that we discover our true strength and we find our path to serving others and to help ourselves. Every one of us can achieve this greatness. It's not for a few chosen ones. We are all here to graduate as masters at some point in time.